The Mona Lisa. Just two words and instantly an image comes to mind. A mysterious woman sitting quietly with folded hands, her faint smile playing tricks on the eyes of those who look at her. She is not just a painting, she is an icon, a legend, a puzzle that has intrigued humanity for more than 500 years. And today she is one of the most famous faces on earth. But how did one portrait, painted centuries ago, become the center of fascination, conspiracy theories, and global recognition? To understand that, we must go back to Renaissance Italy and to the man who created her, Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo was more than just an artist. He was a scientist, an engineer, an inventor, and a dreamer. In the early 1500s, while living in Florence, he was commissioned to paint the portrait of a woman. That woman, most scholars believe, was Lisa Gherardini, the wife of a wealthy Florentine merchant named Francesco del Giocondo. It was meant to be a simple portrait, perhaps to celebrate the purchase of a new home or the birth of a child. But what Leonardo created was not just a portrait. It was something beyond, something that would outlive empires and kings. When you first look at the painting, it seems ordinary. A woman seated against a background of winding rivers and distant mountains. But Leonardo's genius lay in the details. He used a technique called sfumato, a way of blending colors so smoothly that there are no harsh lines. The shadows melt into one another, creating a softness that feels alive. Her skin glows, her eyes seem to follow you. And then there is that smile, a smile that is both warm and distant, joyful and melancholic, open yet secretive. It is this smile that has captured the imagination of the world. Some say she looks like she is hiding a secret. Others claim she is smiling at something only she knows. Psychologists, scientists, and even computer algorithms have tried to decode it, but the mystery remains unsolved. For Leonardo, the Mona Lisa was not just another project. He carried the painting with him for years, constantly refining it, even after leaving Florence. He took it to France when he was invited by King Francis I, and it stayed there after his death in 1519. Today it resides in the Louvre Museum in Paris, where millions of visitors line up every year just to get a glimpse of her. But the journey from Leonardo's studio to becoming the most famous painting in the world was not a straight path. For centuries, the Mona Lisa was admired by artists and scholars, but she was not the celebrity she is today. Her rise to fame came through strange twists of history. In 1911, something happened that shook the art world. The Mona Lisa was stolen. A museum worker named Vincenzo Peruggia, an Italian nationalist, believed that the painting belonged in Italy, not in France. One morning, he hid inside the museum overnight, removed the painting from its frame, tucked it under his clothes, and simply walked out with it. For more than 2 years, the Mona Lisa vanished. Newspapers around the world covered the story, and suddenly she became famous. Everyone was talking about her. When she was finally recovered in 1913, her reputation as the most important painting in history was sealed. Since then, the Mona Lisa has been at the center of countless theories. Some people believe that the woman is not Lisa Gherardini at all, but perhaps a self-portrait of Leonardo himself in disguise. Others think she could represent an ideal of womanhood, not any real person. Some researchers have claimed to find hidden numbers and symbols in her eyes, possibly clues left by Leonardo. And then there is the question of her smile. A scientific study once showed that depending on the angle you view her from, the smile can appear happy, sad, or even mocking. It is as if Leonardo painted multiple emotions into one expression, something no artist had achieved before. The painting has also survived attacks. In 1956, a man threw acid at it, damaging the lower part. That same year, another man threw a rock, chipping off a bit of paint from her elbow. In the 1970s, she was sprayed with red paint, and in 2009, a mug was thrown at the protective glass. Thankfully, the Louvre has since placed her behind bulletproof glass, keeping her safe from harm. Each attack, strangely, only made her more famous, as if the world was reminded of how much she mattered. But the Mona Lisa is not just an object of fascination for historians or scientists. She has seeped into modern culture in ways Leonardo could never have imagined. Her image has been reproduced on t-shirts, posters, mugs, and advertisements. She has been reimagined by artists like Salvador Dali and Andy Warhol, who gave her modern twists. She has even appeared in memes, cartoons, and films. Her calm face has been turned into symbols of humor, rebellion, and even political protest. It is astonishing to think that a painting created over 500 years ago still has such a powerful presence in the age of social media. Why does she matter so much? Perhaps it is because the Mona Lisa represents mystery itself. In a world where we demand answers and explanations for everything, she remains silent. She does not tell us who she is, what she is thinking, or why she smiles the way she does. And maybe that is why people keep coming back to her. Each person who looks at her sees something different. To some, she is gentle and kind. To others, she is mocking or distant. In truth, the Mona Lisa may not have changed at all. It is we, the viewers, who bring our own emotions, our own questions, and our own secrets to her face. She is like a mirror that reflects not just her mystery, but ours as well. The painting has also become a symbol of human achievement. Leonardo da Vinci was not just painting a woman, he was experimenting with light, with perspective, with human emotion. He studied anatomy to understand how muscles move beneath the skin. He observed how light reflects in the eye and how air affects color in the distance. The Mona Lisa was his laboratory, a place where art and science merged. And that is why she still feels alive, as if she is breathing through the canvas. Even today, the Louvre Museum dedicates an entire room to her. Every year, more than 10 million visitors come to see her, making her the most visited painting in the world. Crowds gather with their cameras, raising their phones high just to capture a blurry photograph of her behind glass. And as people stare, she stares back, unchanged, unfazed, as she has for centuries. In the end, the Mona Lisa is more than a painting. She is a story, a mystery, a cultural phenomenon. She has survived theft, attacks, and centuries of change. She has inspired artists, scientists, and dreamers. She has become a symbol of both the genius of Leonardo da Vinci and the endless curiosity of humanity. And perhaps that is the real secret behind her smile. It is not just her mystery, but ours. She smiles because she knows she will never fully belong to any one person, any one nation, or any one interpretation. She belongs to the world, and her story will continue to live on as long as humans look for meaning in art and mystery in life. So the next time you see her face, whether in a museum, in a book, or even on a coffee mug, pause for a moment. Look into her eyes. Notice her smile. Ask yourself what you see. Because the truth is, there is no single answer. The Mona Lisa will always keep her secret, and that is why, centuries later, she still rules the world of art, standing quietly yet powerfully as the most famous woman who never spoke a word.